Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Simtutuzi Mdebele. Firstly, I would like to say thank you for joining today's session. And sorry, I'm a bit late with 4 minutes. But I'm not alone. I'm with my colleague, Queen, who is the moderator for she's a moderator for today. So today's topic, we're going to learn or to know about staying productive online. So before I proceed, let's look at the agenda of today. Today, I'm going to discuss about the teams you will need to set up a remote office. Also, I'm going to explain the importance of building productive working environment and provide the top tips to do this. And lastly, we'll learn about manage and maintain your well-being. Before I proceed, Google offers us a free bootcamp. Let's say, for example, you have a small business and you want to grow. So remember, we do have a free bootcamp that is available for businesses to grow. So here we do have the website on how to sign up, and then after signing up, that's where you can fill all the steps. Then you can also know how your business will grow. So the first question of today, it says, how has COVID-19 impacted your role? Also, with your own understanding or with your example, how has COVID-19 impacted your role? Because I can say, if we go back a little bit, many companies have lost their clients. Others they have lost the customers, even employees, because of the issue of COVID-19. So you can just provide the answers. You can just provide the answers using the chat box while I'm continuing. So now let's look at how to set up remote office. Firstly, I would say a remote is a working style that allows professionals to work outside the traditional office environment. Also, it is based on the concept that that work does not need to be done in a specific place to be executed successfully. That's how that's what remote working is. Then, where can people work remotely? With your own understanding, where can people work remotely? Because point number one, point number one, home. People can work remotely at home, because working from home, sometimes working from home, it helps you to cut off the committee time, also cost less, and it gives you flexibility with your home style. Also, some for some employees, working from home is the best option, because it gives them a flexibility with their home style. Also, we can say you can fit your office whenever it fits in your life. Then we have a coffee shop. Coffee shop, Working in public space, live coffee shop, caves, bars, and restaurant. It helps you to boost your productivity. But be aware, sorry, it helps you to boost your productivity. So working in caves it also gives you a chance of at least to smile from someone else, and maybe even have a chat. So again, we have a co-working space. A co-working space, firstly, you have to be aware of cost around it, and also uh, also co-working space are the greatest option, and also uh, many workers prefer to work while while they feel free, also comfortable. And then libraries. Let me just explain about a library. If you need to make a phone call, or libraries are the greatest place to get the work done, because it's free, and also it offers a free Wi-Fi, and then again it has lots of tables. So now, uh, what do you need to work remotely, with your own understanding or with your own words? What do you need to work remotely? You can just share answers using the chat box. Okay. Firstly, we have to dedicate. You have to dedicate your workspace, a space to separate a space to separate a work from home. Also, the devices and the internet. So when we talk about the dedicated workspace, you have to be respectful to the place, especially if it is a shared space. Also, if we are working from home, put some thought into creating a work environment that is suitable for the type of working you do. Okay. Then explaining the devices. For example, you will need a laptop if you are working on the type of document or spreadsheet, or a phone call if you are making some calls. And then the most important one is the internet. You have to make sure you have a suitable internet to connect to work effectively. For the for you may rely on the internet connection to send or receive files, work on live files, also communicating with your team. So now let's create your own workspace. When you're creating your own workspace, firstly, we have to avoid a bed or a table or a table. So make sure the space is comfortable for yourself. And then consider when you're creating your own workspace at home is very important, as it will help you to concentrate. And then again, if it's possible, you have to create a place a place, or sit on a comfortable chair uh, where you're going to feel comfortable. So now let's try to and look the physical equipment you might need. So number one, you have a cell phone. Point number two, you have a computer, and then a notebook. Even now, all of us, I know we do have our cell phone with ourselves. So when we are using a phone, it helps you to answer calls, also to communicate with your teammates, or on chats. And then a computer it helps you to work on a multiple documents. Also, it helps you to do video calls and conferences. And then lastly, we have a notebook. It's where it helps you to write down or to jot down thoughts that you have, or things that you do, even the ideas that you have for what you're doing. Now let's get a suitable power. To be productive, you have to get a suitable power to charge your devices. Make sure your generating set is working. Also, try solar powered devices in investors, and then also your power bank for your devices. So, for example, let's say finding a suitable power supply for working. It may be one of the major challenge for you that you will face. Also, you have to be productive. And then you have to be productive. You have to get a suitable power to charge your devices. For example, a laptop, if you have a laptop, and or the cell phone, and extra. And then again, working remotely, like, working remotely, working on the go remotely in other location with Wi-Fi, such as caves, uh, caves, caves, or libraries, are also a great opportunity for them. So now let's find sufficient internet and connections. So we have to choose the right ICP. Also consider a substitute and or alternative ICP. Don't forget to plug in to Wi-Fi, because remember, you are working remotely. Also, you have to test and compare the internet speed, because slow internet connection, meaning you cannot do much online. For example, let's say, for example, web page. A web page will take a long to load, and then this will cause frustration, and 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 it gently affect your productivity. And then to be productivity, you have to get a decent internet connection. Don't be that person who did not finish an important task because of slow internet. A Wi-Fi or a router is not kept in the closet, or blocked by too many things around you. Okay, so with your own words, what are the challenges of working remotely? You can just share using the text box. What are the challenges of working remotely? Okay. First, we have a landline or a lack of social intersection, self-discipline, no employee benefits, hard to switch, also missing out. For example, when we are talking about landline is no is one of the major that throws back to remote work, especially for let's say, for example, uh, if it can make it also it can make you not to be productivity. And then by trying to explain self-discipline, do not cover yourself do not convince yourself that a single YouTube video during your working hours won't do any harm to you. You only have to spend on that task or on that you on the thing that on the things that we are doing. So working also again working at home, opportunities are provided, medical also coverage. The same the same cannot be cannot be as said when working online. So the benefits the benefits of remoting working. You can also share what are you thinking. So now flexibility. Some things are things you just need to be at home for. That's where uh, just that's how I'm trying to explain the flexibility. Also on top of that, they are the everyday task you can fit around your working space, like doing laundries or also receiving online groceries deliveries. Then no committing. And then when we talk about no committing, committing it takes time. It takes time out of your day that you'll never get back. Also, time with family, less distraction, and then high moral. When let me just explain a little bit about less distraction. When we are working, when we are remote, and you need to really concentrate. You can just change, for example, maybe your status in the group chat, but do not disturb or do not do any mistake while working. So now the benefits of remote working for businesses. Remember, we have to reduce overhead cost, and then we have to be productivity, and then access to wider pool of talent, also improve employee, also improve employee registration. So by reducing over overhead cost. This will add up over time and can make a it can make an impact on overthinking. Also, for many setups, paying high rent places are heavy, and also you have to check your budget. Not don't ever force them to make cuts of virtual areas of their businesses. But also, when we talk about access wider pool, by allowing employees to make remotely, also employers can hire the best talented, while we are not while they are not limiting themselves. Okay, let's just pause for a little bit for some questions. If you have some questions, please. Questions. Okay, let's carry on. So I see there's no questions. So let's carry on. So now let's talk about building a productive working environment. Okay, why why your working environment is important with your own words. What can you say? And then the also what mostly counts, the quality of your workspace is vital uh, to to be productive to be productive. Also, you have to develop a feeling system to keep your you have to develop a feeling system. As I've mentioned, you have to find the right chair for you. When you sit, you have to feel yourself that you are more comfortable. Okay, now 40% decrease in productivity due to workplace. Also, and then again, sorry, 40% the decrease in productivity due to workspace distractions, and 27% increases in errors. So now let's check, let's talk about how can you minimize distractions at your workplace. If you have any idea how to minimize a distraction at your workplace, or where you are right now, you can share just a little bit with us, so we can we can know that we are on the same line. So set steps to minimize distractions. Firstly, let others know about your working hours. That's the most important one. For example, if you have a family at home or your neighbor, and or maybe for example friends, let them know your working hours, because that way they can speak to you at a time which suit both of your needs. So it's very important to your family or your neighbors to know your working hours, because it suits both of your needs. Also, it will allow them to interpret you, or in sorry to it also this will allow them to interrupt you only if it is urgent. Then we do not do one things at the time. By doing one things at a time, uh, we can say after you complete a task that you are given, you can now move to another task, and then to the next. Also, avoid TV and household distractions, and then put away all the pets. Take regular breaks. It also helps very much. You'll find that when you go out to work, it be a lot of easier to avoid distractions. Also, you can get up from your table, go for a short walk, or just grab a coffee. So now, how to improve productivity within teams? Let's get into details about this. Okay, right now, uh, we have to make sure that we have established vision and deliverables, establish logistic for team communication, also promote visibility and transparency for of all work. Also, track the quality and status for project. And lastly, identify and address bottlenecks. So remote team members need to be able to plan and collaborate on communication, and then also they have to be deliverable and to the task that they have given. Again, 70% of workplace mistakes are due to poor communications. So communication plays a big role in our daily lives. Also, for some, good communication comes naturally, but for others, it can be hard. It can be hard to communicate through, because through and sometimes maybe they feel they feel appropriate. They're not feeling to experience their self. So now, so now, uh, let's talk about general communications. A strong communication is very important to communicate, especially when we have a business, or when we want to start or when you want your business to be successful. And then it is important to communicate effectively, effectively when there are different communication tools that can work more effectively than others to communicate with teams. But also it depends on the purpose of the task that we are also given. Now let's set the rules to communicate effectively. It's very important to set rules, especially when we are communicating. So firstly, you have to make sure that first we have to communicate clearly. Think about the also think about the type of message and the content. Also respond properly, and then set a role model and the model to the guidance. Therefore, for example, creating the right communication channel and ensuring everyone knows how to use to use them, like to use themselves. Also, virtual teams don't allow you to choose their communication channel. Why or allows you to choose their communication channel wisely, and then again it consider your audience. Also make sure your messaging is appropriate. So remember, you have to communicate clearly, also respect and set the rule, model the guidelines. So now we have video meetings and calls. We have the different types of video meetings and calls. Unable to also we do have, for example, we have a Google Meet, a Teams, to, Teams to communicate and collaborate, and lastly we have a Zoom. So firstly, connect Teams. It also plays a part of working remotely, and then it improves levels of communication. Also it boosts uh, it boosts more it boosts more you to collaborate with people. So it is important to communicate effectively when we are working in general. I've mentioned that before. So now let's go deep into these tools of communicating. Number one, uh, Google Meet. Google Meet keeps your team connected with enterprise video conference. Also, on Google, it also put a sense globally, meaning it keeps your team connected with enterprise grade video configuring, and on the Google, it boosts the how you communicate. So Zoom, when Zoom, firstly to explain about Zoom. Zoom is free for the first 45 minutes. And Zoom is also it can it's an application that can be downloaded either on your computer or your mobile device, for example a cell phone. You can use Zoom to host or join a meeting for online classes through the app or by accepting an email invitation. That's how Zoom works. Also, Zoom you can be downloading on either using your PC, Mac, Android, or your iOS device. Maybe at least up to 100 people can join online meetings in their free model. Now we on Teams. Microsoft Teams, it creates you can create a team and channel to organize your departments, also separate groups, and enables teams to work more effectively. Also, it utilizes the chat and the video calls functions and to boost communication. Also, with teams, you can share documents, also collaborate with others. And then Microsoft Teams it included in your Microsoft 365 package. So meaning when you have download the 365 package, it includes Microsoft Teams. Then Skype. Let's talk about Skype. Skype, for example, let's say a group video. Let's say you have a group of video chat, and it also make it easy for up to 50 people to meet, also to communicate all at once. And then also it helps you, and also it remote co-workers. You can work more effectively using Skype. With Skype video, with Skype, you will have to access. You have an access of inviting people, also accepting other people. So now, how to run effective meetings? You have to consider your tone of your voice. Also, encourage patients to use their cameras. Also, don't be late, be timely, because it helps it can helps you to it can helps you to organize. Also, to not leave people waiting on the call. And then again, it is important to connect with each with, it's important to connect with each other. Also, it makes things more personal. And then by encouraging your participants, it also boosts the nonverbal communication. So video conferences, now let's talk about video conferences. So you have to prepare yourself, also dress appropriately, and then consider your lighting, and then consider your background if maybe there's no disturbance. Also consider your audio. So make sure you have to prepare yourself before we are going before a conference, before you are going to do a conference video or a live video. Because in other consideration is where the lightning is the lightning is source is coming from. And then adjust your camera for different contact, so face so that you can appear clearly. If you wear glasses, you should conduct some test to see how the light reflects on your lenses. So now, top tips of collaborating effectively. Equip your team with the right tool. Make project management easier. Also, we have to make document sharing. We have to make sure we have shared the document with your employees. Also, encourage and collaborate between departments. And then lastly, you have to prototype company culture. That's tips of collaborating effectively. And then final tips of productivity. Always over communicate. Just keep on communicating. Uh, just keep on communicating with your team, because communication with your it helps you to regularly and keeps them it keeps them in the loop. So communicating with your team regularly and keep them into the loop. Unlike an office environment, when working remotely, your team is a team member can see what tax you are doing. Do not fall into temptations, since there is no supportive looking over your shoulder, your shoulder. And then do not turn off your phone. Ignore communication from your bosses to uh, do not turn off your cell phone. Ignore communication from your bosses and collaborate and gives excuses. That's where you are not disciplined, if you are doing that. Also have your tool ready always. And then find your booster and use it. Meaning a playlist energy, or a drink, anything, or just have a snack while you have to boost yourself while working. Okay, let's just pause a little bit for questions. Okay, now we are going to learn, or to to know about how to manage and maintain your well-being. So with your own words, or with your own understanding, why it is important to manage your in, don't the importance of managing your well-being, because we have to impact your overall health. Also, we have to have a greater productivity, and then increases your and then boost your model and lives of a also, also if you have boost your moral, you are going to live happier. And then you are most you have to be more motivated. And then again, we are more you have to be more focused. Again, lastly, we have to work better and more, give more quality on what you're doing. And then to point number two, you can overcome the other challenges that you are having. And then you can feel more engaged, also supported. When you are happy, meaning you can feel more engaged. Also, you're supposed to also you can also, you are meaning, if also you are happy. This has a huge impact on your working life. So now, what can you do to manage your well-being? So to avoid or overworking, takes regular. You have to take a regular breaks. Set up a reminder to the task that you have. Also, be clear with your team when you are leaving. Also, turn off notifications when you are on the break. Make sure to allow yourself breaks through the day. Be clear with your team on when we are leaving. For example, by making a quick announcement, and then actually you have to actually shut down your computer. By turning off notifications on your phone and computer, so we are not pulled back into work after hours. And then also set appointments on your calendar for the end of the day to get yourself out of to get yourself uh, out of your home office. E.g., for example, let's say we can go to the gym, or go to grocery shop, or just take a walk around the block. So now, how to be ready for the culture shift? You have to trust your overall performance, and then also understand your communication and be patient. It is all well and good if people want to do their job from home. But if, for example, if they don't have electricity or good internet, nothing productive is going to happen. You choose to trust we have put, just make sure everything is in order, and then we are working productivity. So now let's look at managing overall well-being. You have to encourage, as I've mentioned, the team. You have to encourage the team. After encouraging the team, uh, you have to take the mental health as a serious as physical health. Also, have to hold regular performance. Obvious, you have to check everything, and then you have to encourage workers to separate work and private lives. We don't mix the work. We don't mix work stuff and your private lives, because it will affect the work that we are busy with. And then we have to organize a personal social for meetups. So uh, it also helps the overall of well-being. So now let's pause for just a minute. If there are some questions, please share using the chat box. Okay, now the next step. Today's session is just the beginning. What thing will do, or to change the following session. Also, I have mentioned that uh, Google is offering a free bootcamp, and then I've said before that if you have a small business and want to make your business to grow, and then we have the website here. That's where you can just click the website, or just type the website on your Google, and so that's that's where you can grow, and also how to be on how to be business minded. So I hope everyone. Also, sorry, before that, also if you need to find more about Twitter, also we have the Instagram page. That's where you can find us if maybe you need to know about more information. I hope you have enjoyed today's session. Please, I would like you to share feedback, also provide an overall of future courses. So thank you for joining today's session. I hope you enjoyed the session. Have a nice day. Also, uh, be safe. Stay home. Thank you.